Hello, another fine day. Powered by coffee. Check out these pants. Aren't these fantastic? You could sell that on the internet, I think. I think people buy those, I don't know. Does this printer make my calibration cube look small or big? No one knows. So I printed out my front foot stand, completely spaced. I literally took the measurements correctly, and then when I was in Inventor, I just put a circle for some reason to the dimensions instead of actually rounding off the corners with a radius. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have been under caffeinated. And then I printed the damn thing overnight at full strength, so I feel like an idiot. That was half a spool. Oh well. Okay, so I made a test fit for the back wall, and that looks great because I want it to go, you know, like this, but I need it to also head under the motherboard chassis, and I actually just guessed on this hole. But the holes will align and then I'll bolt through, so I can take the measurements off this piece now. But that's a perfect fit, so that looks great. On to the next part. Okay, and so I got the back feet finished up in, I did a ridiculous print. It's 8 wall at 0.2 layers thick, 25% infill. Fits great, and I already bolted in the bottom bolts into the holes here up into the frame to so that it can't move, you know, up and down the rods. So these are just stiff, and the fit is great. So I'm really happy with that. I'm just gonna start putting all of the radiators and mount them up so that I can start fabricating the glass tubing. But I don't think I'm gonna bother putting the spacers between everything yet, and I just know I'm gonna have to take it apart at some point. Either to, I decided to forego the middle feet for now because of how beefy I made the end feet here. So I think I'm just gonna go with the front feet and the back one because these are so strong. I don't think I'm gonna need the third foot now. And because of that, there's gonna be a pretty good amount of room in the middle after I have the rads all mounted up. And so I'm gonna measure them, and I'll design some spacers to print out later. But I'm almost thinking maybe I'll just make some sort of clamps with a bolt on each side and just clamp them in so that I don't have to disassemble the whole thing anytime I want to, like, you know, pull the sandwiches off. And then I can do some sort of, because there's gonna be a gap between the front and the tops here, because these radiators side by side are not going to cover this entire rod. So I'm thinking maybe I'll make some sort of like a middle spacer, and maybe I'll do something fun and make it like white or purple or something. I don't know, some different color, you know, neon orange, I don't know. And then you could just bolt it and unbolt it as you want. Maybe I could make it house some LEDs or something. You know, can't have enough RGB, right? I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm gonna mount the rads up, so. here's what the inside looks like without any fans. Now, keep in mind, I just screwed the bottom into these, but I could totally run push-pull or just mount the fans in pull on the bottom. There is sufficient room, and I even gave the fans the room here, the clearance to fit. I'm just gonna do push for now, but maybe someday I'll do push-pull on these, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we've got the fans mounted, and as I was saying, there's enough room here to run the wires down the center, and then I'll make maybe some little kind of snap-on spacers that'll just snap in to hold the spots. Just if I'm like moving the case around, I like considered putting some handles here to like, you know, move it from the top, but I don't know. I mean, if I was gonna do handles, I think I'd actually make those out of metal, so a bit more effort than I'm willing to do right now. But so I'd say the only thing here, you can already see it. So this didn't break because of a design issue or anything. It's because I'm an idiot. I was trying to use the 35mm bolts that came with this with the double compression, I don't know what you call these things, gaskets, and I was just wailing on it without thinking about it, just, you know, to get the compression fit, and I heard a snap and I was like, oh yeah, that was really dumb of me. So I'll probably reprint the back one here. I'm like tempted just to glue it. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna matter. But anyways, the fit's good. And the sag, even without a brace, is not too bad from this point to here without the glass fitted. You're never gonna see this on camera, but I'd say it's like maybe I'd have to go get my my square edge, but it's probably like 3 or 4 millimeters eyeballing it. So I probably will put a cross brace on the back here, just to keep it from racking so much. But this is a different project. Anyway, so I put the PCIe bracket in here, and I got a riser cable for PCIe 5. So I don't know, it came kind of wrinkled, so hopefully it actually works. But anyways, so that'll be in here, and then I'm going to I did manage to get the Barrow bracket, the double slot on my Barrow block after all, but I had to use my own hardware, and yeah, I still don't love it, and it's pretty flimsy, but I don't think I would actually be happy with this if I was doing the traditional slot into the motherboard. But when this is sitting up on a riser, you know, supported off this, and then I'm gonna put a bracket down here, but anyways, it'll be supported against the PSU, so it doesn't need to be super strong, so it'll be okay. And then the glass tubing will make it a little stiffer when I put the tubing on. So so anyways, yeah, I'll probably just glue this. I don't really feel like printing another one. I've reprinted the set twice because the first time I printed it, they were usable, but you know, I wasn't super happy with the finish, and I was worried that the bonding of the layers was not totally right. I fixed the issue and then reprinted the set, and it was fine, so no need to tempt fate. But I'll probably just clamp this up under here and glue it with some 3M technical glue, and call it a day. It's probably stronger than the PLA anyways by the time I'm done gluing it. And then I think I'm just gonna publish this part of the build as a video, basically just mounting the rods and the fans, right? And then I will start a video where I start working on the glass tubing bends, which could take me a while. I'm not gonna use those distribution plates, so I'm gonna run all of the glass myself and use a blowtorch on it. Now the thing with that is I can only do very gentle bends, because if you try to pull anything extreme, you get this this crimping on the corners with glass, and the only way to actually fight that is using, that's why they blow into the glass when they do glass blowing, is you need pressure, positive pressure on the inside of the tube. So I have contemplated like putting a silicone sock on one end and blowing air from my air compressor through it as I heat it up. You know, capping both ends or something. I haven't tried it. I don't know how effective that would be, but regardless, I'll try to make it, you know, make do with gentle bends. But yeah, I'll just do it with gentle bends. And you know, I don't try to use too many rotaries, but inevitably you end up with a good amount of rotaries, especially if you're doing actual glass, because I'm not gonna go and redo a glass piece if it's off by 2 millimeters, because that's ridiculous. If I can just put a rotary on it, it's because, you know, I don't want to spend a year building this. It's already gonna take me quite a while to do the glass part, so.